Beta Ray Bill and Enchantress, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Kabam are going to be doing with a balance update. I've just got, actually, funny enough, I've just got in the door as I've just been to watch comedian Omid Jalili, formerly, but not formerly, he's in, used to be in The Mummy. Like, do you remember that film? Also a film called Gladiator. Anybody remember that film, Gladiator? As well as a whole host of different things. So yeah, I watched him live. It was nice, really. It's a bit of a stressful day with everything going on with no power and no sleep. I'm running on fumes and very little sleep, so this is why this is coming out on Saturday. But I wanted to have a look at like what's happening with how Kabam are pitching the champions, who's getting a buff, who's getting a nerf. Are any champions getting buffs and nerfs? And that's something that's going to be interesting to read right now. Beta Bill stormed into the contest equipped with a trio of new abilities in Pulverize, Steady and Grit, and a unique playstyle allowing players to channel the powers of Stormbreaker and its high damage potential. While Beta Ray Bill's damage loop isn't at its best in Battlegrounds, he's found a lot of success in Alliance War and Utility, lining up favourably into a handful of mainstays tech defenders. We're also happy to see Beta Ray Bill thrive in long fights, where he has the space to set up his spike, and his opponents can be shocked. I don't like where this is going. I really don't. Bill's threats as a defender are fairly low impact, and we're also seeing that he reflect in the performance so far. With no notable outliners to shout at, Beta Ray Bill will be staying as is. Not sure about that. I mean, I like Beta Ray Bill. I think that it's a great champion. I like the rotation. I like the loop. I love the fact that I can utilize him for very specific or weird fights. So he was a great asset in the recent Autumn of Agony fight, wasn't he? So there's some good things there. I know a lot of people are calling out for a buff to his damage. I don't think, sadly, we're gonna. Well, sadly, we're gonna get it. I just don't think we're gonna get it. Like, I just don't think we. It does obviously not reading there. That is. This is going to be the most interesting. After the Serpent Dilemma, the Destroyer Dilemma, and what was the other dilemma with like a very high defending orientated champion? I suppose Bullseye, but then Kabam nerfed Bullseye, but didn't touch Serpent or Destroyer. It's kind of weird. Let's see if kind of weird replicates itself with Enchantress. Baram's newest spellcaster had the target of adding a new top-end defensive threat to the Mystic class, while also being a strong attacking option in longer fights, where players have the runway to flex their spellcasting skills. Enchantress defense spells in combination with a abjurative casting ability pressures incoming attackers to quickly adapt their game plan or suffer the punishment of a damage reflection. I just want to take a pause from this to go, even Kabam have to have a long-winded explanation about a champion that is just tedious and, yeah, again, like the same thing. It's tedious, it is long-winded. Kabam do a long-winded response to basically the same thing. So that, I mean, if that doesn't say a lot about Kabam and this defender, then I don't know what is. Enchantress quickly became a defensive staple in the Battlegrounds deck with a high adoption rate, with strong defensive performance to match. Her matchup spread and overall effectiveness here is positive and on target with her goals. Ouch. So as we're continually seeing players adapt to the matchup with a variety of champions from the Science class, oh my god, give me Count Nefaria. Enchantress has also found a few nasty spots on Alliance War maps. Heavy hitter, transmutation spells make I hate enchant. I really don't like the champion as a defender. As a response, we're also seeing players flex their creativity with skills in countering her. Overall, her defensive impact on the meta has been on target, and we're happy with how she's played out so far. But Bullseye needed to be slightly nerfed. As noted above, Enchantress thrives when she has the runway to stack her spells, and we're happy to see that reflect in her attacker usage and performance. Recent quests and challenges such as seasonal pain quests and Necropolis challenges have given summoners plenty of space to capitalize on her flexibility and control when ramped up. No changes incoming for Enchantress. What? Challenge Necropolis? Necropolis challenges? When was she? Hang on. So what? I've done most of them. Like, when is she used for a Necropolis challenge? Pain quests? Okay, maybe you have pain quests. And whatever. What? There's a very confusing level of kind of like weird statements here and there from Kabam on different things. Rationale around why they're changing certain stuff. Very weird. Very weird indeed. There's 2 threads that I want to have a look at that's on the forums at the moment, just to see what other people's opinions are. First of all, I like this. This made me laugh. TLDR, balance update for Beta Rebel Enchantress. Here to save your time. No changes. Yeah, pretty much. But there is like a longer like thread that's expanding with it. This one here's got 12 comments. I suppose this here is a good kind of like point. So the leader, Enchantress and Serpent are perfectly balanced. What an absolute joke. Well, that's it, isn't it? Then why was Bullseye had his SP1 nerfed with other defensive options that are like still allowed to continue on that are just genuinely frustrating? It's the rhyme and reason. Like anyway, pretty much what I expected. Base Enchantress isn't a big deal. It's only really when nodes are added on that she gets rather unbalanced. I suppose that's the correct thing. Look, I have faced off against the champion in Arena, like Battlegrounds, not so much, but I suppose if I was going to, then it's just finding out like what ticks, what's good. I remember even 5-star were getting kills that it's nodes, isn't it? I think that's going to be it. Like, is that all champions nodes? Is Bullseye when added to certain nodes like more frustrating than others? I suppose that is again like a relevant question to bring up as to like the logic. So I suppose what could be like a good kind of like change if they were to do anything with Enchantress, which of course they're not going to do. Like, could they make her spells, as you know, Captain Roger says, like, could you change like the spell combinations of things like a little bit better? Because there is the not elephant in the room, but kind of the what it is like. Do not get cornered while Enchantress has the spell combination. The neutralize will make her Dex buff fail, which will grant her power, which is that one, Enthrallness, Will, and Antipathy. I can't say that right. The combination of spells makes Enchantress very dangerous, but they can all be removed at once, which is Levitate, Haste, and etc. So there's combinations, of course, approach. You do the thing, you suppress the thing. You do the thing, you stop her doing certain things. That's kind of like it for the champion in a nutshell. One thing that I've definitely noticed over the years is complexity. Kabam make things a lot more complex than they need to be. And I guess that's, again, the whole thing about they have to have a larger paragraph to explain tedious champion, why tedious champion, or tedious interactions is tedious interactions. Nothing about MCOC, like now, as it was several years ago, is like done in a couple to 3 sentences. Like it's just not. Nothing nowadays is. It's just the game is so much more complex. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. At times I'm like, I really wish certain things when it comes to like champion interaction with stuff, relics, stat focus, champions in general, rotations, defensive based elements, changes with nodes association, whether it be alliance wars or some like an of agony, of pain type thing. It's tricky. It is very tricky. You have to keep your head on the swivel a lot of the time. I just wish that like there was more, like there was a cadence of making sure if they're doing something like Enchantress. I don't get anything against defenders like it, but it's maybe giving better or easy instructions and stuff. Like, give the instruction, hit me down with a heavy I dare you, like prompters. Like there's a lot of memory you've got to keep about like how to interact with champions. So if you've got something that's kind of like even a pop up on your side saying, I'm like your attacker is going, I must heavy attack Enchantress. I must end with a light attack with Enchantress. It's just giving instructions, because not what we've got is nodes within nodes, nodes within kind of like champion abilities that you've got to try and remember the rotation of it. So yeah, okay, it keeps the game fresh. Does it keep the game complicated? Yes, but I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like it's each to their own with how they think about the game. The champions as well and stuff when it comes to overcomplicating and complexity. Any case, thoughts in the comments about this. Of course, everyone has their say. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely weekend. Got a couple of fun videos coming out tomorrow, and then we're back on it, hopefully refreshed. I've actually got some sleep this time, power to the house, and other things like that. Cheers, and bye-bye.